Empire.
Welcome to Inside the Cap. I'm your host, Joel Corey. You can find me on Twitter at Corey Joel. That is CORRYJOEL. And also read my regular CBSSports.com column, Agent's Take. Pretty eventful past couple of days. The contract extension season is in full swing. First, we had Josh Allen get an extension. Then we had today Darius Leonard signed an extension, and Xavien Howard was able to work out something to placate him for this year for his contract. But first, let's turn our attention to the big blockbuster deal by Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills quarterback. On Friday, it was announced he signed a 6-year extension with a base value of $258 million. That averages $43 million per year. The max value of the deal is $288 million. It has $5 million of annual incentives last 5 years of the last 5 years of the deal. Last 6 years of the deal, the extension years, $5 million of incentives. 2023 through 2028, the incentives are $1 million for each year. This is $1 million for AFC Championship game appearance where he has at least 6% regular season play time and plays 6% in the game. Another $2.5 million for a Super Bowl appearance, same 6% play time thresholds, and $1.5 million for each time he wins league MVP. There's reported $100 million fully guaranteed at signing. I don't quite see it that way because this includes the $2,618,595 third day of training camp roster bonus that was earned on July 29th. For consistency's sake, I don't count that money as a part of the guarantee because it's already earned. I know there was more of a lag time with Deshaun Watson, but his fifth day of training camp roster bonus of almost $1.2 million was not considered in the guarantee. That's just me. If you want to put in a guarantee, fine. I don't. So I have the full guarantee at $97,381,405. The total guarantee is being reported as $150 million. That includes that roster bonus again. I take it out. So I have the total guarantee, which is still an NFL record, $147,381,405. Both are NFL records. Now, one thing that really surprised me about this deal was it's a 6-year extension. The trend recently has been 4-year extensions. Outside of the Mahomes deal, you had the last 3 first-round pick extensions with 2 years remaining on their rookie contract, as in this case, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson all signed 4-year extensions, gave up 4 new years. When Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers signed extensions, they gave up 4 new years. Dak Prescott, the big problem why he couldn't get a deal done in 2020, he only wanted a 4-year deal. Cowboys wanted something longer, so he played on the franchise tag. This year, he signs a 4-year deal. So Josh Allen going to 6 was a little surprising. Before this Patrick Mahomes deal, the last time you really had quarterbacks signing for 6 years or longer near the top of the market, you got to go back to guys like Jay Cutler, signed a 7-year deal back in, I think, 2014. Tony Romo, 2013. Signed a 6-year extension. Colin Kaepernick signed a 6-year extension as well. So the trend has been to go shorter. One thing I didn't mention is that Josh Allen also has no trade clause in his contract. All years 2021 through 2028, no trade contract, no trade clause in the contract. Now, let's go through the actual numbers on the deal. Signing bonus technically is $16,461,405. That means the signing bonus is being prorated 2021 through 2025 at $3,292,281 each of those years. That's the proration. And that's how much Josh Allen's 2021 cap number has gone up, $3,292,281. That puts his cap number this year at $10,202,337. Base salary remains the same at $920,000. Obviously, the roster bonus that's been paid still counts. And you got the original proration from his rookie deal there. 2022, the way it's written right now, there is a $46.5 million base salary, which is fully guaranteed in 2022. But it's not going to stay that way. The Bills, between the first and fifth day of the 2022 league year, can exercise an option to pick up his 2028 contract year. And if they do so, he gets a $42.4 million option bonus, and his 2022 base salary reduces to $4.1 million. That's going to happen because there's no way the Bills are going to go into have a cap number that astronomical where you have a $46.5 million base salary in 2022. And this signing option bonus concept, and with the higher base salary that reduces, is something the Bills typically do with their bigger deals. Tre'Davious White, Deion Dawkins last year, that's what they did. You can go back to Marcel Darius in 2015. They used the signing option bonus structure with him as well. You've got also $500,000 workout bonus in 2022. You've got that $500,000 workout bonus in 2023, 2024, 2025. Then the workout bonuses go up to $1 million per year in 26, 27, and 28. Now, $4.1 million is fully guaranteed at signing. You've also got in 2023, it's got a $27.5 million base salary. This fully guaranteed at signing as well. And in 2024, you've got a $23.5 million base salary. $10 million becomes fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the 2022 league year. The other $13.5 fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the 2023 league year. Also in 2024, you've got a $6 million fifth day of the league year roster bonus. Skill and injury cap guarantees at signing. 5 days after signing, salary cap guarantee kicks in. The reason this is done, if you had all three types of guarantees at signing, you'd have to prorate the $6 million on the cap 21 through 2025. If you have the lag time with one of the guarantees, then there's no proration. All counts in the year it's earned. In 2025, you've got a $14 million base salary. You've got $1.5 million of it, which is guaranteed at signing. Then you've got the remaining $12.5 million. $1.5 million is guaranteed guaranteed for injury at signing. Guaranteed at signing. Excuse me, fully guaranteed at signing. Then you got the remaining $12.5 million, which becomes fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the league year. You also have a 2025 roster bonus of $16 million, which is guaranteed for where you have $16.5 million, which becomes fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the 2023 league year. Then 2026 is where it gets interesting. You start taking that Patrick Mahomes concept of where you have money become guaranteed a year early, which is going to make it much harder to try to get out of this contract. 26 base salary, $22.5 million, fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the league year. It's unsecured up until that point. The $15 million roster bonus is fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the 2025 league year. So that becomes guaranteed a year early. Now, you've got in 2027, $14 million base salary that's fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the 2026 league year. And you've got a $25 million fifth day of the league year roster bonus, which is fully guaranteed on the fifth day of the 2026 league year. So all $39 million in 2027 becomes guaranteed a year early. That's a concept which was taken from the Mahomes contract. And then in 2028, you've got a base salary of $15,554,595. It becomes guaranteed on the 5th day of the league year in 2028. No early guarantee. And then you have a roster bonus, 5th day league year roster bonus in 2028 of $25 million, which is completely unsecured. So it can't become guaranteed early. The cash flow in this deal is pretty much the way it should be. And considering that you have the early vesting of money, like you did in the Patrick Mahomes deal, I don't really have a problem with the cash flow. It's not backloaded like Mahomes. It's not quite as front-loaded as you would see with Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald, or even Marcel Darius, who had a more player-friendly cash flow, at least in terms of percentages of money after each respective new year, than Mack or Donald. But since it's going to be very hard to get out of this deal at any point realistically before 2027 at the earliest, and most likely 2028, then no big deal. It's not backloaded like Mahomes, where halfway through the deal you don't even have 50% of the money. In this case, after the first new year, Josh Allen's got 26.5% of the money. A neutral deal would be 16.7%. After the second year, he's at 38.2%, which is fine. 3 years in, third new year, 53.4%. Neutral would be 50. 53.5%. Neutral would be 50. After year 4, he's at 68.4%. And then after year 5, he's at 83.9%. So it's ahead of the neutral deal. And because you've got these guarantees vesting early, and you've got, and once you get into later years of contract, he's pretty much pretty secure in terms of being able to be in a position to make most of the money. Because we'll take a couple of years and look at it in particular. First, we'll give you the cap numbers for each year before we do that. 2021 cap number is $10 million, as I said, $10,202,337. 2022 cap number is $15,872,281. And the option bonus is getting prorated at $8.48 million years 2022 through 2026. Without the picking up the option, the 2022 cap number would have been $50,292,281. So that's why they're going to exercise the option, reduce it, and pick up the cap number is almost like $34.5 million difference. So that's why. 2023 cap number, $39,772,281. 2024 cap number, $41,772,281. 2025 cap number, $51,272,281. 2026 cap number, $46.98 million. There's no more proration left except for the last year of the option bonus, $8.48 million in 2026. No proration in 27 and 2028. $40 million cap number in 2027. In 2028, you have a $41,554,595 cap. That's your cap number in 2028. Now, because of the way the money vests early, in terms of guarantees, that makes it very hard to get out of this deal at various junctures. Like, let's take 2024. If you wanted to cut him before the 5th day of the league year, before more money kicks in, because of the huge option bonus, you would have in dead money $32,024,562 in proration, because everything would accelerate forward. And because you already have money guaranteed, the roster bonus for 2025 is already guaranteed, $25 million, then in the 24 salary is already guaranteed, you would have dead money of $78,024,562. So that's not really going to happen. And even if you did it post June 1, it doesn't make sense because your dead money is going to be $66,274,281 because guarantees accelerate into the current year. You don't get to delay the acceleration like you do bonus proration. In 2025, he's not going to get cut either because you'd have if you cut him before the fifth day of the 2025 league year, it's not going to happen either. You got a cap number. It's the biggest cap number, $51,272,281. Well, proration would be $20,252,281, and then you can have $39 million of guaranteed salary. So that's $59,252,281. It goes up. It's not going to make a whole lot of sense to do that. And then in 2026, you can't do it either. You got $46.8 million as a cap number, but you'd have a $15.5 million increase in your cap number. Your dead money would be $62.48 million, whether you do it in post June 1 or not, because of the guarantees accelerating. So really, 2027 is the first year you could seriously consider getting rid of Josh Allen. Cap number $40 million. If you got rid of him before the fifth day of the league year, dead money would be $39 because the 27 base salary is already fully guaranteed in 2026. So maybe it's 2028 and you could get out of it with no dead money in 2028. That's really the earliest time you can get out of this deal. So much different than Mahomes. Borrowed the concept of the roster bonuses vesting early, having money vest a year early, but also got much better cash flow than Mahomes. Has much more money, which is being prorated because you got that huge option bonus for 2022 that gets prorated 2022 to 2026. That's $42.4 million. So much different type of contract than Patrick Mahomes. Looking at how much new money Allen has compared to Mahomes can after each common new year can tell you just how different these deals are in terms of illustrating just how backloaded Mahomes' deal is. They both had 2 years left on their rookie contracts when they signed. So it is kind of an apples and apples comparison. Allen, after the first new year, has $68,445,405. Mahomes, $35.45 million. After the second new year, Allen, $98,445,405. Mahomes, $75.9 million. After the third new year, Allen, $945,405. This is the new money I'm talking about, not cash flow new money, just to make that clear. Mahomes, $113.85 million. Mahomes, after the first 3 years, first 3 new years, averages 37.95 when his deal averages 45. That's backloaded. After the first 3 new years, Allen averages $45,981,802 when the overall average is 43 in the new money, not backloaded. Year 4, Allen, $176,445,405. Patrick Mahomes, $155.8 million. 4-year new money average for Mahomes, $38.95 million. 4-year new money average for Allen, $44,111,351 per year. After 5 new years, Allen is at $216,445,405. Mahomes, $197.75 million. Mahomes, after 5 new years, isn't even at $40 million per year on the average. He's at $39.55 million. After 5 new years, Josh Allen, $43,289,081. And then I think this was the sticking point or a big benchmark for Josh Allen's people. Mahomes, after 6 years, because he has $59.5 million in that 6th new year, is at $257.7 million, which gets him to an average of $42.95 million. Josh Allen, $258 million to get to the $43 million after the 6-year extension. So I think that was a big number that he had to beat Mahomes if he's going to go out 6 years over the 6 new years, particularly since Mahomes is backloaded. Now, Mahomes has 4 more years left on his contract at that point. So Josh Allen would be, I think, 31. He's 25 right now. So he'd be 31 heading into his contract year if he did a new deal. And if you do a deal, then your break-even point is $48 million per year on a 4-year extension. So I like his chances of hitting that mark by the time we roll around to when he's in his contract year in 2028. I kind of like I like him. He'd be 32 in his contract year. Excuse me, he'd be 32 in his contract year. So I like his chances of doing that, because it wouldn't surprise me if we have a $50 million quarterback in Russell Wilson, depending upon the timing of his extension. 2023 is his contract year, so by him still maintaining his level of play, 2023, I think he can get to $50 million. Aaron Rodgers next year, I suspect he's going past Mahomes' $45 million on an extension wherever he's playing. He'll have 2 years left on his contract when assuming that deal gets redone. One thing that this jeopardizes with Josh Allen doing the 6-year extension, if he's going to be 32 in his contract year and they wait and do it then, he's got another big deal in him. He'll get the second big extension. I don't know if he gets the third unless he just has extreme longevity. I think that's the only way he gets that third extension. But just underscores that Mahomes' deal isn't going to hold up. His saving grace is going to be that Kansas City has already started converting roster bonuses into signing bonus, adding the proration and making the future cap number so high. At some point, it's going to make sense for them in the deal, and this is what will potentially save him, is to just redo it instead of keep kicking the can down the road. Now, 2 guys who are probably very interested in this deal are Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield. And Lamar Jackson, the easiest thing and the safest course of action has always been let Josh Allen go first, since he doesn't have a traditional agent, and I have no idea if he has some experienced advisor helping him out. We have seen guys who didn't have a traditional agent with experienced help, do well. DeAndre Hopkins, Laramie Tunsil, Bobby Wagner. I know from all reports that Lamar Jackson's mom is very involved in the process. So since this isn't a backloaded deal like Mahomes is, you can't look at where, at least, well, you can, but I don't think it's going to be very persuasive to the Ravens to look at where Josh Allen is at various junctures. If you're going to do a shorter deal and say I have to beat that number, I don't think that's going to be very productive, because Josh Allen is at $43 million per year, giving up 6 new years. Maybe I might be wrong, but I have a hard time seeing the Ravens beating $43 million per year if Lamar Jackson signs 4 new years. Dak Prescott's 40, yes. The 43, no. This is also a team where Ronnie Stanley's deal came in under expectations, given Laramie Tunsil was at $22 million per year. He didn't even make it to $20 million per year. He's at $19.75 million per year on the base value. He gets to $20 million per year with the escalator. So that was a little surprising. The Ravens haven't had a problem with the guarantees, because the most money in terms of a signing bonus until David Bakhtiari for an offensive lineman was Ronnie Stanley's. And then the overall guarantees in Ronnie Stanley's deal were record setters for offensive linemen. So I could see them being more accommodating, at least the Ravens. I'm like, hey, we'll give you the guarantees. You can top Josh Allen on the guarantees, which are the most in in NFL history for any player, but we're going to hold the line on the average. We'll see if they want more years because of this as well. The trend's been 4, but he does 6. Do they try to get that 5th year? If he wants to match up 6 years, maybe he beats him. Maybe he comes in at 43.5, 44 million per year, or if he gives up a 7th year. I wouldn't go any more than 4, personally, if I'm Lamar Jackson. So we'll see if this thing gets done before the start of the regular season. Then Baker Mayfield, saw a report today, they're focusing more on Denzel Ward, who was a first-round pick in 2018 as well, than Baker Mayfield. And if I'm the Browns, I'm like, okay, that's all well and good. Josh Allen's at $43 million per year. You're not Josh Allen. You played well second half of last year. You had a sophomore slump in 2019. You weren't on the same page of Odell Beckham Jr. He's going to come back this year. I would err on the side of caution and wait with Baker Mayfield if I'm the Browns, just from the standpoint that I don't mind paying a quarterback if I know he's the guy, and I know that if I don't do the deal now, that it will cost me more if I get confirmation that Baker is the 2020 second half of the season Baker Mayfield, or takes it to another level. I'm fine paying for that because I have peace of mind that I'm paying the right guy more so than I do right now. I don't want to be in this Jared Goff, Carson Wentz situation where I have buyer's remorse. If I'm going to do something with Baker Mayfield now, it's not coming close. I'm not even going to Deshaun Watson. I would be more comfortable in that Russell Wilson $35 million per year range, and you got to take into account that Goff and Wentz signed for the $32-33 million per year range a couple of years ago. So I'm factoring in that we're at a later point in time. I'm not going anywhere close to $40 million with Baker Mayfield right now. He gets off to a very good start first half of this year, picks up where he left off last year. Yeah, I'd try to get that thing done as soon as possible. What I'm not going to do is do what Dallas did with Dak Prescott, where I'm going to miss every opportunity where I could have gotten the guy done when it makes sense, where it made sense for me, instead of having to go into the franchise tag game where I end up paying out of the nose just to get him to sign, because I'm looking at the fact that I can't franchise him a third time and he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after that. We're not going to go that far with Baker Mayfield, but I would exercise a little bit of patience and caution with Baker Mayfield right now. Seems like that may be what the Browns are doing, since there are reports today that Denzel Ward is more of a priority than Baker Mayfield right now. Lamar Jackson is going to be the more interesting one out of these two. And we'll see if that gets done and how this whole Josh Allen thing affects what the Ravens have been trying to get done with him. We also had a deal today that was done, just based on the reports when I have complete information, at least to my satisfaction. Darius Leonard became the highest paid off-ball linebacker. The max value of the deal is supposedly $99.25 million over 5 years, which includes some Pro Bowl incentives. I don't know the amount of the Pro Bowl incentives. I saw another report that the deal was $98.5 million. Maybe that's the base value of the deal, and that would put the deal in the $19.7 million average. Fred Warner's deal average, it was $95.25 million over 5 years that he did a couple of weeks ago. That's $19.045 million as the average. The reports are that there's $52.5 million of guarantees for Darius Leonard. I saw another report that said that's $52.5 million injury guaranteed. I'm assuming all the money that's injury guaranteed converts to being fully guaranteed, and it's not like T.Y. Hilton's deal, where the last $11 million of his guarantee was injury only, because that's a little different scenario. Because right now the highest guarantee for an off-ball linebacker is C.J. Mosley's $51 million. Leonard's not getting to the $43 million fully guaranteed of C.J. Mosley. he's at $33 million fully guaranteed. And one thing I was really curious about was, did they stick with their pay-as-you-go contract structure, which is something that they've done traditionally. That's their preferred structure. They deviated from it with Braden Smith. He had a $15 million signing bonus, and they kept his base salary the same. And I should back up for a second. When you have a pay-as-you-go contract, your salary cap number and your cash are the same. So if you don't restructure the contract at some point in time and just leave the deal as it's in its original form, once the guarantees run out, then there's no dead money when you release a guy. In Leonard's case, there's a $20 million signing bonus, is a report I saw. So no pay-as-you-go, and they're keeping his base salary the same at the $3.384 million that it currently is. So that $20 million gets prorated on the cap for the first 5 years through 2025 at $4 million each year. So that's a $4 million increase to Leonard's 2021 cap number. Those are only details I know about this deal right now. So we'll see what else. But the one thing I do find interesting is he's 26 years old. He did a 5-year extension. He'll be 31 in his contract year. I thought he'd more follow the Bobby Wagner approach. Bobby Wagner did a 4-year deal when he was in his contract year, also a second-round pick like Leonard. So he could get another bite of the apple. Then signs a 3-year extension 2 years ago. He did the 3-year extension because that leaves the door open for, if Bobby Wagner does not drop off, he's in a contract year in 2022. And he potentially could get another deal. Leonard, 31 in a contract year. We'll see if there's even a second lucrative extension for him. And then finally, we had a resolution to Xavien Howard. Had 4 years left on his deal. Dolphins didn't seem inclined to do much of anything for him. But what they did was they added $3.5 million worth of incentives, rescinded the minicamp fine of $93,085. When you add the incentives, that is changing the essence of the deal. So you are now ineligible for the 17th game check. So I had to add in money to account for that so it wouldn't be in a worse position. So they added in money for a 17th game check of $710,294. So he's not in a worse position. With the $3.5 million in incentives, I'm not sure if there's like a team component to them. It's coupled with a team component with the incentives, at least for the play time, so that there's no cap charge and it qualifies as not likely to be earned. There's 7% play time, and then the 3 worst categories in the team incentives, $750,000. Another $750,000 for 80% play time, $1 million for 90% play time, and then there's $1 million Pro Bowl or All-Pro bonus as well. I don't know if there's the team component tied to that to keep it not likely to be earned, or that's $1 million cap hit because he did both those things last year. Now, for 2022, he was scheduled to make $12.975 million. He still is. It was going to be a $12.375 million base, where the only guarantee was $6.75 million for injury. He had a $500,000 per game roster bonuses, which I hated as an agent, and a $100,000 workout bonus. Now everything's been converted into base salary, and the injury guarantee is now a full guarantee. And then first day of the league year in 2022, all $12.975 million is fully guaranteed. So there's more security, and then there's assurances that they'll revisit the deal late February, early March, and put it in line with the market based on his health and 2021 performance. Now, I don't know what this revisit the deal means. I hope that Howard's camp and the Dolphins are on the same page in terms of what revisit the deal means, because if not, you're going to have a bigger problem than you had this offseason. Because if they're anticipating we're going to get a new negotiation, and there is precedent for guys getting an extension with 3 years left. That was DeAndre Hopkins last year. 3 years left, got an extension. But if they're thinking we're going to do another Band-Aid approach, we're going to give you incentives, we're going to advance money out of future years, like has been done previously, like with Julio Jones, Antonio Brown and then last year Stephon Diggs with 4 years left on his contract, then that's going to be another thing coming. But at least we got this Howard thing put to bed for now, so he's not having a hold in because of his ankle injury. And the trade demand's been rescinded. He's happy for now. And if he is, it's going to be hard to duplicate what he did last year. Having 10 interceptions, hadn't been done since 2007, not happening. As long as he stays healthy, you would think they would have to extend it for 2 years and put him near the top of the market, if not the top of the market, which right now is currently Jalen Ramsey at $20 million per year, and that DeAndre Hopkins deal could be a blueprint for how you structure it. That's it for this week's Inside the Cap. We've taken a look at Josh Allen's deal, gone through a breakdown of it, how it could potentially affect Lamar Jackson more so than Baker Mayfield, compared it to Patrick Mahomes. From the limited information we have, we've looked at Darius Leonard's deal and gone over what was done for Xavien Howard. Don't forget, you can find me on Twitter at Corey Joel, that is CORRYJOEL, and I have my CBSSports.com Agents Take. Thanks for listening. That's it for this week, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.